Hi everybody, welcome back to Sew It Tuesday. We're going to do fabric ruffles today. And I'll start with showing you guys a simple one layer. This is a 1-inch strip and I just ripped it. And when I start, I get a couple going. And I'm going to do a straight stitch for this, and because we're using fabric, you don't really need to play with your stitch length unless you want to. I'm going to have this in the down position, so my needle is staying down whenever I stop. And that just helps keep my fabric from shifting while I am doing my little pleats. Okay, so I sew a little bit, get far, and then I just crimp it up a little, sew, and add more pleats. And I'm just tucking it under the one before. So. If you don't want to do this on the sewing machine like this, you can totally glue it, like what we did with the paper ones. I'll link that video down below if you didn't see that. So I just gather down. And if you want, like if you're in the middle of one, and you can totally change the stitch length, so the stitch style. So let's turn this into a zigzag. The beautiful thing about making junk journals and doing ribbon like this and stuff, doing these ruffles, is that it's whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter. It's your own style. It's pretty awesome. Okay. So to finish this off, I'm just going to sew straight off, pull, and then cut. And here we go. So here's one. The next one, and I think I'm going to cut these in half just to for demonstration purposes. This one is much smaller. We are going to add 2 fabrics together while we sew, and then what I'm going to do is show you how I combine fabrics when they get a certain length, which is why I'm cutting these in half. So these aren't too far apart from each other. So we're going to do this, and we're going to do this one. Love this pink polka dot. Now if you want, you can coffee dye your fabric or tea dye your fabric to get it a little bit different of a look. But these are going to go into a book that is already pretty vibrant. So I didn't want to do that because the colors in there are so, there's not a whole lot of This is not your vintage book I'm making. It's more a flowery book. Okay, so I'm going to cut these little tips off. You don't have to. I just like to. I don't know, something about selvages I'm not fond of for certain things. Alright, so now as we started the last time, and this one I still have it as a zigzag. You can do this any other way you want. There we go. Is you want to make sure that this top piece, you can see both sides on the bottom, on the sides. So you still have the look of both fabrics. And you can make this smaller if you want. This just happens to be the length that I've ripped. I estimated and ripped down. I want to say this is like a little over an inch, and this one's maybe an inch. I don't know for sure, to be honest. Okay, we're getting close to adding the other two fabrics. So we're going to add two different kinds of fabrics onto this. And if you wanted to make this one longer, the straight one, this is how you would do it. Okay, so you're going to have it set up. Go. And I'm putting this underneath. And that little part is going to be a little bit thicker, but that's okay. If you were only doing one layer, it wouldn't be that bad, thickness wise. Alright. And then you just run it off. There you go. So the last way of doing this, we are going to use ribbon lace. And you can do this with ribbon. Or lace or whatever you want. Like I just did it with fabric, but I wanted to show you. And I think I'm going to keep it as a zigzag. Okay. I might switch it later to a straight stitch. We'll see. Yeah, I think we're gonna switch it to a straight stitch. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you can't see the pretty clear. Okay, we're just gonna try straight stitches with this. I don't know, I kind of like them both. It looks okay. Okay, I'm going to stop right here and fix that. So you can have this as wonky or as unwonky as you want. I'm going to go back to zigzag and do the rest of this as a zigzag. Just because I can. I'm just finishing that off, just I don't want to, I'll use that little piece for something different. So here's this one. I kind of like the zigzag and the straight. Here are the 3 different kinds. Oh, let's flip that one around. And like we added this one, you can make this as long as you want. Doesn't matter. So to add them into your book, I think I'd probably, so you can use these thicker ones as a spine, which would look really cute. I have another idea for the spine. Or you can add just a touch on your page. So it will look, there we go, like that. Tons of different things you can use ruffles for. And they're all really, they're fun, easy to make, and it uses up your scraps. So, which is awesome. We like using up scraps. So, oops, wrong way. Sorry, that was the back side. I like these doubled ones. So I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and I will link the other paper one down below because you can do the same thing for knot sewing. I have 3 different kinds you can do for knot sewing, and you can kind of do that with these ones. So yeah, I will link that down below for you. If hopefully this inspires you guys to make some ruffles for your journals, and I will see you guys on the next crafting adventure. Thanks, bye!